WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
A man is dead and a police sergeant shot following a police chase that went through neighborhoods. It's our top story at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer.
And I'm Sherry Jones. Last night, Jackson police tried to arrest a shooting suspect.
But they say the suspect sped off in a maroon van with police following behind. And within a minute of that chase, they say the suspect shot at officers and deputies.
And that's not all. Rachel Ramsey is here for you to explain the explosive details.
Yeah, Sherry, Siobhan, this all stemmed from Lenawee County. The sheriff's office there says the 31-year-old suspect shot his brother in the hand and then left. Deputies used a tracking device and found the man in Jackson County. That's when they contacted Jackson law enforcement, who then got involved. Along with firing shots, it's believed the suspect was throwing pipe. Shots fired as the suspect from Franklin Township tries to escape police. The commotion started on Cooper Street sometime after 5 p.m. and the chase went through neighborhoods. Law enforcement says that means that homes and vehicles were shot at. And you can see that right here on Orange Street, a bullet hole right in the front of these people's home. Right behind here is their living room where they were when the shot came through. Officials say the suspect ended up shooting a Jackson sergeant. The bullet went through his arm and into his body. And bullets weren't the only thing coming from the suspect's car.
I saw a puff of smoke and a bang. And I'm like, well, are they throwing firecrackers at him or something?
It wasn't firecrackers, but Dan Springer was on the right track of thinking as he witnessed the police chase in action. His dash cam witnessed it too.
I see this van come flying around the corner. Thought, typical Jackson teenager maybe or something. But then I looked towards that street and saw the police and slammed on my brakes. I hear another bang and smoke.
Officials believe these were pipe bombs. The state police confirmed they found many in the suspect's car and want to know why.
If maybe he did have a plan to use them at a later date, maybe for some type of terrorism or trying to get back at somebody.
While law enforcement believes they found all of the pipe bombs, which I'm told are metal pipes filled with gunpowder that can contain nails or BB pellets, they remind the community what you should do if you see one.
Call 911. Don't approach it. Don't try to pick it up. And then we will come and check it.
Once officers and deputies stopped the suspect, they exchanged fire, and the suspect was later pronounced dead.
People could have been really hurt. There's no sense in it. Really no sense in it.
No one from the public was harmed during all of this. The sergeant shot is in good condition and will be okay. 2 Jackson law enforcement officials are on paid leave as the state police investigate, and the suspect's brother, who was shot in the hand, will also be okay. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Well, a man who is already in prison was charged again in Lansing today, accused of threatening Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
36-year-old Jihad Ahmad is accused of making those threats after being denied parole.
That's right. According to prosecutors, after that parole bid was turned down, Ahmad sent a letter to the governor's office threatening to kill her and bomb her home when he gets out of prison. He was charged with 1 count of making a false report of terrorism, which could add up to 20 years to his sentence.
Michigan State Police are investigating tonight after possible pipe bombs were found in a thrift store in Emmett County.
It happened around 2:15 yesterday afternoon when a worker picked up a donated box of tools.
When employees looked through the box, they found several items they believed to be pipe bombs inside. The State Police bomb squad and a K-9 team were called out. Troopers x-rayed the devices and say they found one of them contained powder and a fuse. The bombs were safely disposed of, and this case is under investigation.
Well, a man from Michigan will spend 30 years in federal prison for his role in an online community that pressures children into harming themselves and creating sexual images.
Karina Prieto is here for you tonight with more on this case and what this could mean for the future. Karina.
Sherry, Siobhan, 47-year-old Richard Densmore received the maximum sentence after admitting to exploiting a young girl. The U.S. Justice Department says Densmore ran chat rooms as a member of 764, an international group that targets kids online. The department also says the group particularly targets kids struggling with their mental health. In July, Densmore admitted to receiving a video of a nude girl with his nickname written on her chest. Officials say he also bragged about having images of children self-harming and abusing themselves. U.S. Attorney Mark Totten says sextortion crimes are becoming more common, but this one stands apart from the rest.
These groups, 764 being one of them, have a political ideology. They are often operating based on trying to further their status among members of their to increase their notoriety. Of course, there is the element of sadism that we have seen in this case.
Totten emphasized that parents and caregivers should understand and monitor their children's online activities. And the FBI suggests checking your kids for unusual cuts, bruises, and sudden behavioral changes. Sherry Siobhan, back to you.
Thank you, Karina. Well, tonight we're getting a better idea about how the state government will work next year.
Republicans took back control of the state house in Tuesday's election, ending a brief period of full Democratic control of the state government.
Well, today Republican State Representative Matt Hall announced that he would serve as the next Speaker of the State House. He has led the minority Republican caucus there for 2 years. In his announcement today, he says his party would work to make Michigan the best place to raise a family safely and affordably.
6 News has covered the problems facing residents at Sycamore Townhomes in Lansing before.
And today they woke up only to discover at least a dozen of their dumpsters had been repossessed.
The complex includes 67 buildings, and many of the units have been deemed unsafe and red tagged by the city. A judge ordered the property into receivership back in September, but the receiver and the city have been struggling with the scope of the issues facing Sycamore Townhomes. That means some contractors and service providers have gone unpaid, including the company that provides the dumpsters. Hours after the repossession, the receiver secured a new contract for waste services with another company. 6 News also witnessed a security detail working at the complex.
Well, an annual tradition has returned to the city of Lansing to welcome in the holiday season.
That's right. The big red ornament bulbs were installed in the capital city today.
And city leaders, including Mayor Andy Shore, were downtown this morning to celebrate the return of the ornaments. Downtown Lansing Inc. is also offering special deals at local businesses for people who come downtown to get their picture taken with the installation now through November 14th.
Today is the day that the ornaments are returning to downtown. We know every season we bring out the red ornaments that get to be here, right prominent in our downtown. It's the start of the holiday season. We have Silver Bells coming up in a few weeks, and so it's just a lot of fun.
Well, the return of the ornaments, as the mayor just said, is part of the city's preparations for one of our favorite events, the 40th annual Silver Bells in the City event, coming up later this month, the 22nd.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Just kind of hard to get in the holiday spirit because it's so nice out there and warm. There are some signs of colder weather on the way, but nothing that's going to be all that cold. During the day today, we started out with some cloud cover. We broke into some sunshine, and what a beautiful afternoon it has been across mid-Michigan. Light winds and comfortable temperatures. Our picks on 6, we were asked for some color the past few days from some sunrises and sunsets, and boy did we get it. Julia capturing a gorgeous one out of Williamston. Look at all that color in the sky. The clouds really help it out, but sometimes you get clear skies. It can be just as nice as well, as we'll talk about in just a second. If you'd like to upload your weather picture, just head to WLNS.com/share, and it will probably show up in our 6 o'clock newscast. Now, some color happening right now. The McLaren Cam, beautiful sunset outside. It's a gorgeous one. 53 degrees the current temperature. Today's high was 61, morning low down to 46 degrees. Not a whole lot of wind. Grand Ledge looking good as well. There's the water tower in the distance as the sun is heading down. 51 is our current temperature. 58 the high and 47 the overnight low. Jackson Cam, boy, you should have seen it about 10 minutes ago. I'll show a time lapse tonight at 11. It was absolutely gorgeous. Current conditions on the Jackson Cam, we're at 51 degrees. Today's high 58, morning low was down to 41. In Hillsdale, we're all quiet tonight. Our current temperature at 51 after a high of 58 and a morning low of 46. Temperatures around mid-Michigan starting to cool off after those highs in the upper 50s. We're at 48 in Ionia, 52 for Lansing, 51 in Owasso, St. John's, 52 degrees. Nothing too terribly cold. As far as the high temperature trend's concerned, we've got more mild weather, highs in the 50s and or low 60s through this weekend. Cooler next week, but still above average as we dip to around 50 for a high by next Friday, but our normal high then is in the 40s. We've also got some rainfall to talk about over the next 5 days. The bulk of it's going to fall Saturday evening into early Sunday morning, winding down Sunday afternoon. So that is our best chance of rain over the next week or so. Satellite and radar all quiet out there this evening. Precision cast through the morning hours. No no rain, no snow unless you head pretty far to the southwest and high up in elevation. That's our next weather maker across Texas, where it's dumping some snow in portions of Colorado. This system by Friday evening will start to slowly advance towards the north and then the northeast. And notice the cloud deck beginning to expand in our direction. So by Sunday or Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening will become cloudy to mostly cloudy, and the rain showers will begin to move in as we head into late Saturday night. Tonight's forecast, your low temperature, how about 40 degrees? That's pretty close to average this time of the year. Light westerly winds. Forecast for tomorrow features more sunshine and more mild temperatures. Highs tomorrow near 58 degrees by 4 o'clock. As you plan the next 6 days, temperatures are looking pretty good. We'll top out the 50s through the weekend, all those 60s on Sunday. For Veterans Day on Monday, 56 degrees. More rain showers Wednesday evening into early Thursday. Then beyond that, another chance for rain as we head into next weekend, but temperatures remain generally in the mid-50s.
Yeah, I mean, cooler, but with the sunshine, it really does make such a difference.
It does. And, you know, we're talking about this earlier today, that there is cold air. It's just kind of locked in Canada, but we're heading into a kind of a weather pattern and a period of time in the year where we start to see that cold air advance further south. So the cold air is coming. It's just taking a little while to get here.
Yeah, and once it's here, it's here.
Right.
So enjoy this.
Yes.
Short-lived.
You bet.
Well, you know, you may have noticed, as David said, that pretty soon the temperatures will be starting to cool off, and that means that kids across mid-Michigan are going to need some clothes to keep themselves warm.
Yes, and so that's where you come in. We're asking for your help to make that happen. It is time for our annual Coats for the Community drive, and that's where we team up with the Cristo Rey Community Center and other local partners to help people stay warm this winter.
That's right, and it's not just coats. If you have hats and scarves, gloves, or any other winter clothing, you can drop it off here at the station at Cristo Rey, Carpet Studio in Okemos, your local Barry Amos Cleaners, or one of 3 Shaheen Automotive locations.
Coats for the Community goes through November 15th, and it's just one more way that 6 News is here for you.
We'll keep it right here. Prison safety advocates rallied at the Capitol today. We'll hear from them after the break.
Thanks for watching 6 News at 6.